for a good time.
Hey guys,
Hey.
It's Darren.
And Brittany.
We're Eclectic Soul.
Yep.
So today, we are going to talk about the myths of interracial relationships. And we're just gonna kind of go off the dome, and see where it goes from there, and just talk about just various things, whatever comes to mind, honestly. So we'll kick it off. What's the first myth that we could think of?
Why don't you go first?
I'll tell you one reason why, because I can't think of one right now.
Okay. So I will go first then. One of the myths, this is about our interracial relationship. Let me just say that, because I don't want some people like looking at this and being like, well, yeah, no. Okay, yes. I get it. This is just our relationship and some of the things that we've heard that we want to address.
It's not a sweeping generalization.
It is not a sweeping generalization across the board. Okay? That is our disclaimer.
Yes.
So one of the things that people ask me all the time, or they think about me and they ask me, like after they've already made the assumption, they're like, so are white guys your preference? Sweet child, honey child. No. Okay? As I said in our other interracial video, he is the first white guy that I've ever dated, and it just happened. You gotta like go back and look at our other videos, but I talk about how we met, and we met through our band function. Shameless plug. Go listen to our music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. But yeah, so we met through a band, and then our relationship was like a huge friendship that just kind of like blossomed and grew into something else over time. I do not have a preference in what I like and what I don't like. I love all kinds of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got love for my black brothers. I got love for my white brothers. I got love for my Asian brothers and my Hispanic brothers, and, just all across the board, my brothers, okay? So, no, I do not. I never had a preference, okay? So, like I said, this just happened. That's number one that I can think of.
You want me to like retort? Or
I don't care what you do.
On that one, I mean, I'm pretty much the same way. Appreciate all women of all types. That's kind of awkward. That's weird to say. It's not as weird when you say it.
It's not. I don't get offended by that.
Okay, but yeah. So as far as like preference, our relationship specifically, like we're not like our go-to,
Yes.
So it's I think more than anything, it's what's so great about our relationship is that we know that it's real, and we know that it's special, and it's not based on like this is my type, or this is my preference. It really is like a 1 in a gazillion chance that we're together, and I love it. I love that about it.
Thank you. I love it too. Yeah, so please don't be under the impression that I think I'm too good for anyone else or something like that, or I feel like in some kind of way that I've made it to a certain place in my life and this is like a status thing, and I don't know what people do or what people say or what the motives are behind what they do, so I can only speak for myself, but it's not that at all. I think another thing would probably be that, like, I feel like sometimes people feel like that people are really, really, I guess, like looking out for their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get with somebody that's like different from them because they want to make sure their kids
we're gonna
good.
have beautiful kids,
beautiful babies with pretty hair. I'm not with him because of what my kids are gonna look like, and I want to be with someone. Well, number one, I want to be with someone that's like Jesus. Okay, praise God. Somebody that has Christ's character. Number two, I want to be with someone that's like my dad, because my dad is the realest. Okay. Number three, I want to be with someone that I feel like I am safe with them, that I can build with them, that I can walk into my purpose with them, that we can walk into our purposes together. it doesn't, I feel like whoever I marry or, whatever, that I will have beautiful children. They're going to be mine. But I don't I don't have a, I don't base like who I end up with or whatever, according to what they look like or what I feel like our kids are going to look like. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's doing yourself a disservice, because you may end up settling for someone who may not be, the person for you, because you're thinking about your kids and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I think it's a lot deeper than that. So,
mm-hmm. And I think what I'm like grateful for with our relationship is that, I mean, I know for you specifically, like your interaction with me, Britt like really presses me to be the best that I can be, and I think more than anything, like that's somebody that you want to find, and that's somebody that you want to link with, somebody that is not necessarily interested in the same things as you. I mean, you do want to have like those commonalities, like we were just talking about it a second ago. Our humor, we love like joking around, and our sense of humor is really like off the wall, but like it works and it fits, and we have like great times together. I have something on me.
It's off. It's just
sucking my blood. But we do have commonalities, like we love to cook together, music, and we don't always like the same types of music, but the thing is you want somebody that compliments you, and also draws at the things, actually even like draws at your weaknesses, so that you can build on them, on those opportunities, and grow and be the best person that you possibly can be holistically, and I don't know, I think, just as you were saying, it's not necessarily about like, oh man, we're gonna have beautiful kids or anything like that, because I don't know, I think more than anything, one thing that I noticed about you the most is just that, like, I wanted to be better because I was around you. And that was even before, like there was like anything romantic or I'd let you know how I feel. I loved how I was around you, and how like you made me feel like I could be anything, and do anything, and it didn't matter like any mistakes that I'd made. So I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a big one. Okay, for me anyway, because this is something that I read all the time, and this is something that I hear all the time, just talking to people. They talk about, a lot of times when people see us and they talk about our relationship and how much they admire it, and we appreciate the admiration. A lot of work goes into that, and we really want to be better so we can help other people to be better. But they talk about the way I interact with Darren, and they're like, well, you're so sweet to him, you're so nice, you show him a certain level of respect. And I think that we all know that Black women there is a negative view of us as far as it's concerning being respectful to men, and like we're just aggressive and we're rebellious when it comes to Black men, but we show white men or men outside of our nationality or our race the utmost respect. That's not true, okay? Number one, the reason why I show respect to Darren is because I have the utmost respect for my father. And my father has taught me, and based on what he teaches me, I like to put that into action. Number two, Black women are not these women that people think are just out here being rebellious with Black people. It's women in general are that way. That's number one. Number two, most people in general are that way. Most people don't want anybody telling them what to do. Most people don't necessarily like authority, but it's a part of life. It establishes order. And so I don't want people to think that I am the way that I am with Darren because of the color of his skin. It has more to do with the way I see my father, and what I feel like my responsibility is as a disciple of Christ, and I think that we can all agree that if we truly believe in something, whatever that may be, that we show that through our actions. And I also believe in sowing what I want to see. And if I want someone to show me respect, if I want someone to show me love, if I want someone to be selfless with me and gracious and loving and kind, then I sow that. But it in no way has to do with the way he looks or the color of his skin, And I would I think that I speak for a lot of people when I say we really need to do away with that stereotype that black women are these women that just are just we're just untamable, especially when it concerns black men, because that's not the truth, you know. And I have a lot of examples of women in my life that are very submissive to their husbands, that are respectful, you know what I'm saying? And let's also like take out this misconception of being submissive to someone, it means that you're allowing them to control you. No. It means allowing them to operate in their strengths while you operate in your strengths. Working together as a team. That's what we believe in. You know, it's not like this evil dictatorship. But yeah, it's all about how I see my father and what I want to receive in return. So, yeah. Takeaways. I'm sorry, you didn't speak on that.
That's okay. Honestly, I mean, more than anything, I think I just want to like support you in the thing is like the way Britt talks to me and addresses me is truthful and in a loving way. You know, it's like she was saying, you know, the way that she addresses me, and she tells me all the time, she's like, you know, I want to sow, you know, I'm going to sow what I want to reap, you know. And so when she interacts with me, there are a lot of times that we do have discussions and even disagreements, but she's always honest with me, you know, and straightforward with me, and she really doesn't walk on eggshells anymore. I know there have been times where you felt like you needed to, you know, walk on eggshells, but you know, as I grow, you know, she's going to be able to be you know, a little more straightforward, you know, a little more like open and raw with me, so that I can be better, you know. And I know the thing is a lot of times, you know, we'll get quick to be offended, or maybe we'll just be agreeable. I know I'm guilty of it, being agreeable just to avoid like an argument or something like that. But we've said it many times in the videos that conflict is a part of life, and it does stem growth. Yeah. So, you know, as far as our interaction, I guess I kind of like ramped off there. And,
it's okay.
And went off.
I'm really sorry. I got bit.
I know,
so
they're
I'm
like
trying to avoid it. Like again.
You're so sweet. But
sweet like honeydew.
But yeah, so basically, I guess my takeaway, just from that and our interactions and things like that, you know, interact with people the way that you, I guess, want to be interacted with, essentially. And then also, don't be too agreeable. Agreeable is good. It's good because you want to be unified with somebody. But agree because you agree. Because you agree and you're like, let's unify on this and let's do this. Don't just agree because you're like, well, I don't want to hear it, or you know, that's not sincerity. And I think that's something that more than anything, you know, no matter, you know, what the color of your skin is, or the skin of your partner, is like you want to be unified with them. You all right?
Yeah, the bug flew in my eye.
They're coming at us. It's like an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
All worth it for the cause.
It is.
My takeaway are, first of all, if you want to know something, just ask. You know, I think too many times in life, and I'm not talking about like people that I've dealt with, I'm talking about myself too. A lot of time we just pass judgments. And we don't necessarily know. We pass assumptions and we don't necessarily know. And it's so much easier just to ask. I have a group of people that I'm around all the time, and they're like, "Oh, you know, are you in a relationship? I have some questions I want to ask you." And I'm like, "Bring them on. I'm going to be completely and totally honest with you." I appreciate that. I appreciate people coming to me with questions instead of making an assumption that I'm just with someone because of the color of their skin. You know, so let's do better at being a lot less judgmental, passing judgments and making sweeping generalizations. Yeah. You know, do your research, read, get around people that are not like you. Don't try to say that you know a certain group or a certain person or a certain personality type because you've been around like one person out of a certain group or out of a personality type. Our life is more beautiful the more people we interact with, the more we learn. It's an educational experience. Don't be so closed off to your circle. Get out there, meet new people, because that's the only way you're going to learn. And when you learn, you become more culturally enriched and culturally sensitive, right? And so, yeah, that's mine.
Absolutely. And yeah, as you were saying, and I think we kind of broke away from talking about doing our culture moments. That is something that we really want to like be an example for and
Yeah.
get out and do things, because the way that you are going to grow and expand your perspective, just to take it a step further, is meeting new people, but meeting new people that are different from you.
Yes,
and,
sir.
and not just different as in like, well, you grew up on a different part of town than I did, or a different street, but people that are truly different, like from different parts of the world, that are from
Yes.
different cultures, are completely out of your sphere of anything, almost to the point, not in like an uncomfortable way, like, oh man, I'm uncomfortable because of these like stereotypes that I have in my mind or anything like that, but uncomfortable in the fact that you're like, I truly don't know what to do in this situation, but you know what, I'm gonna go with it.
Yes.
I think that's very important, to put yourself in those situations just enough, to really grow, and whatever it may be, social gatherings. I mean, Facebook is a hotbed for different events that are going on in your town, that embrace diversity and truly like foster it. And I think that's something that everybody could learn from and grow from. So,
Amen. That's all she wrote.
don't forget to like and subscribe. I should have said that at the beginning.
It's okay, because you said it.
Just now. See? You don't learn stuff like that by just staying at the house.
No. You got to get out.
And if you like the glasses, put it in the comment below. That's actually a gift from Britt. I love them because I had some
I love 'em
sunglasses.
too.
I had some sunglasses that were like the same frames, and she was like, "Man, these glasses are exactly the same as those sunglasses that you love." So she gave them. Wasn't that thoughtful? Give her a shout out in the comments below. I love her so
I
much.
love you.
Come on now, hug it out.
Bye.
Bye now.